What is going on, guys? Today we are ranking every single out of position player. So we've got the SBC in Chiesa, we've got the objective in Hudson-Odoi, and then we have the team. Obviously, as we go through the week, we'll have a few more SBC players and obviously others that do come out in mini releases. And the next week, we'll do a full recap of them at the end of the promo, which hopefully should be start of the World Cup. So let's get into it then. Straight away, we're looking at Traore because we've done a review on him. Personally, we know a little bit more about him, and also we know about Perisic as we've done the reviews on them too. So we'll start with them. I know exactly what I'm kind of going to say with them, and both of them for me are decent. Wouldn't say they're necessarily top class. That's why the prices are what they are. Traore was coming in at about 35 to 40k. He is lengthy on the base, so you can whack the hunter on him, and he did a job. The big thing that I didn't know is A, that he was a centre back gone to striker, but B, he's 6'8". That is absolutely crazy. So him in himself is very much like a Crouch, but with more dribbling. And I think he definitely is better than Crouch, in my opinion, from when I played with him. But is he going to be the next top goal scorer in your squad? Probably not. That being said, I'd definitely put him, if we've got a full category, we're going to, in fact, get rid of the D categories. I think it's just far too much. So we got rid of that. I personally would put him in B. In terms of what you can get, 40k, you can get a lot of players for that. Salah as an informer is 13k. Is better than him on the lengthy meta. You can whack the hunter, so you can have the 94 pace as well as like the 93 shooting. But I would say his height will disadvantage him a little bit. Perisic, on the other hand, again, a lengthy from the architect, doesn't necessarily get the pace increase because he's having to have a certain chem style to make him lengthy. He, for me, would come in that A category. So we've now got the SBC player. Chiesa, 154k. I know he's 2 SBCs. I've not done him yet. I was going to look at him and see, because an 87 Chiesa, nice upgrade, gone from an 84 to an 87, and obviously all he's done is really change position. Can still go cam, can still be right mid, and obviously he's a right wing to start with. Very quick on the pace. He does have the ability to go to controlled, which I personally do like in players at this point. If they're not lengthy, maybe right wings are a kind of an exception with the explosive, as it's a very passing orientated position in personally how I play. I think he could definitely do a job there. I think 154k, 87, I'd say it's about right for the price, to be honest. I don't know if there's any inform requirements, but personally for myself, I would happily put him in that A category as well. So I think one of the big S tiers in terms of this team is going to be our man Fofana. He is that centre-back that can be a centre-back, a CDM, or a left-back. He is lengthy on the base, so you can whack the shadow, the anchor, whatever you want to get what you need from him. With obviously the physical that he's got, 89, I think it makes it absolutely perfect to go and get that shadow. 90 pace, 89 defending. That card is got to be worth something. And yes, you can change his positioning straight away, so you can still keep him in that midfield, even though at this moment in time he is a centre-back on his base card when you pack it. Salah is up next, so the most expensive in the team. He's obviously got to be in that S tier. He isn't necessarily the most equipped for a lengthy striker, tall, physical, but what he does have is an absolute load of pace, great shooting, great dribbling. He is just a naturally all-round great player in terms of this striking role. He can still go left wing this time instead of right. So again, you still get him on the wing if you need him there, and also a centre forward, but he is also coming in at 1.6 mil. I personally would prefer Mbappe in comparison as a striker. Winger wise, I think definitely Salah can do a job for you. He is left footed, so Travella's coming on the left is going to be very nice, and I think at that sort of price he's got to be in at that S tier. Next up, a card that looks absolutely phenomenal as a right wing, Reece James, 88, going from an 84 to an 88, being able to be a right mid or a striker is very, very nice for him. It's just, again, I like the shapeshifter out of position promos. They always give you them different cards that you just think, this is a nice card. You know he can't do it in real life. He's not going to be a striker, but you've got the upgrades for it. It's very nice to see. Again, 258k. Unfortunately, can't be lengthy, but he is a controlled player. And again, like I say, I personally prefer that. I would be hesitant to put him potentially in that S tier. If he could be lengthy, then this card would have been brilliant. If he was lengthy as well on the base and getting a hunter, he could be a phenomenal striker. I'm going to go A tier, but I do think he would be somewhere in the middle. I think what maybe I should do is get rid of the C tier, because most of these players are going to be B and above, but then maybe have B, A plus is kind of like that. He's close, but he's not quite there, and then have an S or something in between. Let me know down below if you've got any options for that. I feel like having an A between S, because I feel like it's a big jump with, obviously, Perisic is definitely an A, but he's not close enough for an S, whereas I feel like Reece James is definitely in the middle between them. Let me know down below what you think. But the next person is going to be our man Theo Hernandez. So he can be left mid, left wing, right wing, or a striker. Again, no lengthy on him, controlled all the way through, no chance of explosive, had a big, well, I say a big pace increase, had 2 pace increase, had a big shooting increase of +10, has lost some defending, so he's very much an attacking player in this. I do think, again, looks very nice, coming in at 5.45. I would say, personally, he's got to be in this A. If Reece James, I think he would be the same. If he's A, then he's got to be A as well. So I would personally probably put him in the A+ as well. I've heard things about Fred, so we'll jump over to him now. I don't think he was meant to be next, but he's 229, left mid 87. Again, another Manchester United special. Always will take it. He can still be a centre forward or left wing, and I really, really like his agility balance. He is controlled. No, he's not. He's just explosive. Okay, that's going to be interesting then. So, for me, I would say he's got to be either left wing or cam. I don't think you could play left mid. I feel like you've got to have him either really up the pitch or dead in the centre in the pitch, because that explosive is going to make him almost kind of like statue still. We don't want to be running too much, but the dribbling looks like it makes up for it. A 4-star, 3-star, 97 agility, 96 balance. We've got some shooting on him, nothing too crazy, mainly shot power and a little bit of long shots. Got great stamina. Chem style people are looking at that hunter, as it doesn't matter with the run style. That will give you 96 pace, 85 shooting. I've definitely got to put him in the cam and definitely in that A. So we've got the Bayern Munich Moroccan right mid. Mazraoui, I feel like I've got that right, but I feel like I've probably butchered his name. 15,000 coins, so he's even cheaper than Traore. 84 rated. He's come from an 82 right back, I think. Now he can be a right mid, right wing. His base right back, could be a right wing back. So he has gone up basically in the pitch, which again, you can solve with a 3 at the back. You could put the right mid as almost stay back, change it in game to a right back. There is ways around it if you really didn't want it, but he has obviously had a downgrade in his defending, so he's very much attacking orientated. For me, I'd probably put him in the C category as the only one, mainly because a 4-star, 3-star, there's so many better right mids and right wings you can get, unfortunately. He's got a good amount of pace, controlled work. He's got some good agility balance. Maybe going in the C category might be a bit harsh, but I think if he had the lengthy meta, B would be the case, but 15,000 coins, it is for a reason. Dumfries centre-back, a solid one here. We also can put him as a CDM, and he is lengthy from base. I would argue a CDM would actually be quite nice from him. I think centre-back, we have the positions now. I feel like they have been filled. A CDM, Dumfries, I think that's got a ring to it, to be honest. Great pace. He's had an upgrade of... Okay, to be fair, he's not had no downgrade. So he's had 1 pace, 5 shooting, 6 passing, 3 dribbling and defending, and 2 physical. Honestly, that's a solid upgrade. I think most definitely with that lengthy meta, the CDM, that is going to work really well. 6'2", only a 2-star, 3-star. If we could maybe have had a 4 week, I think you could argue that, again, a very nice card in the Serie A. We've got some good centre-backs in the Serie A, I want to say. Just question who we've got. I know we've got Lucio, but he's way above price range. Banusi, rule breaker, a solid cheap one there. We have Bremer, Pamore, I want to say Posh, I want to say the Austrian centre-back that was in the dynamic duos. Obviously, then we have Tomore's gold if you wanted to go basic. So we do have some good centre-backs already. In terms of DMs, I think he's definitely got to be up there. I'd probably say A+ again. Coming in at 120, which is a good price for him. I would say A+, but I'll put him in that A for right now. And then we move over to the Portuguese GOAT. Centre mid Cancelo 90. Beautiful, beautiful card. He's had an 88, an 89 in form, and now he's moved to CM, CDM, or right wing back. So right wing back obviously is a position before. It would have been nice if you could put him right back as well. Maybe get rid of the right wing back, just because I don't know many people that play 5 at the back, but you can. Obviously now with Fofana, with Dumfries, you can put that centre back and change in game, go back to a 4 back with him as right back or left back, either or. So there is that option. But as a centre mid, we've had an upgrade then. So a 2 pace, 4 shooting, 2 passing, 2 dribbling, 3 defending, and 5 physical. So he's had all upgrades. Again, a very nice card, controlled. It's coming in at 812,000. Incredible. Anchor is going to be the chosen source for him. 91 pace, 90 defending, 84 physical. It's got to be in that S tier. 100% got to be. Cancelo is incredible at this game. Regardless of the meta of the lengthy, the left back version for me has been phenomenal. Suso, nothing really too much to say about this card. Very, very basic. Coming in at 10.5k. I just can't see any real value with him as a centre mid. Is just not going to do it for me. If you go with the Hunter, maybe a Cam, you could argue, a 4-star, 3-star, again, gives you the 91 pace, 87 shooting. Dribbling's looking pretty okay. Got a bit of a head and accuracy. Nothing too crazy. Very bog standard, but I suppose he is 10k. And the final one, we're going to go to Hudson-Odoi. So the left wing back that is in objectives now. He is, again, not a bad card. Most definitely an interesting one. You've got an 85 at the minimum for just 6 wins if you can get everything done in the meantime. He is 89 pace. Obviously had an upgrade from his left wing card. And now he is a left wing back. That can also go left back. For me, I'd be looking at him. The free version of him definitely adds some value to him just being there. So you obviously get a free. You don't have to pay anything for him. But I do think the defending definitely needs work. The physicality is not good enough. We've got a good amount of dribbling, which is always nice. But I think the passing, defending, and physical have left really, really basic, where I think definitely you could have gone a hell of a lot more. So really you could have gone, well, I think you've got to go anchor really for the 93 pace increase, 85 defending, and 79 physical. The only other thing I think you could do is the shadow is going to be way too much pace. You need some physical as well. I'm thinking if you went with Sentinel, you get 87 defending, 78 physical. But really, for the extra, 2 defending and a minus of 1 physical, you also get 4 pace. I think Anchor's got to be the way, but I think that's going to be the B. So let me know down below what you think about this list. Who is your favorite out of position player? Also, let me know down below who's the best player you packed over the course of the week. Make sure you do like and subscribe on this. And if you want to check the videos out on the left, you'll see a tier list of all of my tier lists. And I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.